Welcome back to Timberborn and our cliffside playthrough. So, we're getting there with everything. Let's put it that way. Things are progressing, but obviously, we are waiting for some things and stuff to come back. So we are getting, obviously, these. Let's just have a little while we're waiting for things to go on. We're waiting for this to come back. To get all these in. So that'll be the next one. Then I'll do a second, let's say here, because that forces them to do it out in order that I want to. That doesn't really make some difference because you're gonna thing as well. But we also what we want to do is we want to look into sorting this out as well. Now we've got 3,000. Yeah, I'll just do it to there. I was trying to think where I wanted it to. I'm also going to get rid of that. And we're going to... Because we can actually use this... I really wanted to... wanted it on the outside and not this one, but I can only do so much because of obviously this to send a bad water. Now, obviously, I can do this, but they won't be able to get to that at this precise moment until I do something like that and get them to do that. Right. Hopefully, we haven't got any connections. I don't think we have, so that's good. Obviously, this. I think I'd like some bad water down here. I think in a medium-sized tank. Do I get a large tank and put it there, out the way? Yeah, well, I suppose we could get a large tank, could we? What's that going to cost me? Metal, not got a lot of metal. 60 in them, yeah, that's fine. Planks. We haven't got any planks. We are starving of planks. But no, let's just do that. That's close enough to that. But it's not close enough to that. So what we'll do is we'll also do a stairs here, which will allow them to walk down this way or this way to get that in. Now, obviously, bad water over there. Is it to do with this? Now, it's probably to do with these. Yeah, it's probably to do. Yeah, you see, it's not taking a planks. It's taking logs. So we'll just pause that because otherwise I'm going to be struggling. We don't want to struggle. I obviously can't build that because I don't have the materials to build it. Have I got this connect? Yeah, it is still going. There is a lot of, obviously, logs. They're not built. They're not ready yet. So they are almost ready. This is replacement. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, they can still get down there, can they? Yeah, I think so. I need to keep an eye on everything. Make sure that also I want to start getting this in. So I might as well, because this has already just been done. Now I don't think we can get to this one here. Right, so our water situation is going to finally improve, which is damn well good. But next time, what I want to do is concentrate on getting this higher in a drought. I think that'll work. That'll also have to be filled in. Because I want them to get to walk around. That I might as well fill in. That I might as well fill in. Do I need to fill in that? I'm not too sure. I could, though, get rid of this. Now, obviously, we're more than likely going to go higher, so this means that then this is flat. Which allows me to have... What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to consider moving... in fact, actually, I'm going to have to get rid of this because this makes sense not to even be here because it's not going to do anything. Get the path around here. But I'll have to put another path there. I'll have to empty this. Don't need these anymore, so that can go. That way. And then we'll get this built. Yeah, what I'll have to do is this round here, I'll have to be the edge. This has got to move. And the reason why it has to move is because it's basically in the way. That's it. It's just basically in the way. That can all move, which means that can be used for something else. This has to be deleted, and then we have to start to get the dirt going down here. I'll rotate that and go there, and I'll rotate that. I'll probably... I might as well fill that one in. And go there. That will have to sort of go here then. Like that. But we'll work that one out. I'm just going to go down to 2 just to make sure that I've got everything that I need to get done. How are we doing with this log situation here? They're still on 80 something, and that's a 95, so they are on the way. This is still not got built. Still need the planks for that. 18. That would be nice to actually get built, I would have thought. Although, saying that though, if I do this first, it will allow me to finish that off. They do not thingy water, do they? They're not porous. Yeah, they're not porous, that's it. Water. I just want to make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing, although I can't really see because they're... that might as well be paused because I'm not actually... Well, I'm contemplating on another one. I think I've put this in the wrong place, which wouldn't surprise me to do it every single time. I think it's in a certain place and then I realise it's not in that place and then I end up having to delete things. So I think it's one back from where you think it is. Because it's where this lip here hits. And it'll hit in this, and this goes over to here. So that's a good one. Was born, died of old age. There's 100 and thingy. We obviously need a lot more beavers. That's a gimme. I'll pick this up. There's no plank. Oh yes, there is planks in there. Well, that's good because they can be used, and they can get to it. Planks are good. I'm going to have to move this. This is why I'm building this. I'm going to build an extension out here and build another one of these. Because obviously this is where the water is going to be. It's really not high enough at this precise moment, but it's going to do what I want it to do. That's now been put in, but I need another height on top of there. So we can have another one of them put in. That's pretty good. The water situation's absolutely terrible. It's been terrible since I took that bad water out. It's the bad water that was actually holding this together, really. But it may get slightly better once I increase the depth of this higher. Because this is the height, a maximum height that I can actually go of the well, not reservoir, but that's what we're intended to do here. How am I doing for these? These are coming in. This should be just about, yep, still at 95%. Let's go to 3. Food is yeah. How much of that? Yeah, because I've got rid of all the metal. I'll pick all this up as well, because I don't need the extract from there. This still needing planks. We're just not making the planks, that's the problem. Well, we are making planks, the planks are there. It makes still lots of explosives. If I've got that many, I might as well just dump it all in here. At least get them to make this and then obtain the... So we've got the extract, that's not a problem. It's definitely going. We definitely get in there. You know what I like to say? It's like British Rail. We get there in the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this path to go here. Because this is where I want the other path to go. Well, I want the edge of the things to go. Right, so that's why that needs to be in. I can get rid of that. I'm not going to get rid of this as of yet. I was actually thinking about this. I might even... if we can use this here eventually, with it being going to be higher, it may appear to... sluice, and I should have thought of this before, which obviously I didn't. So if I take this and sluice this lane here and only allow it to come through, that's sort of preempting the sluicing situation. The only annoying thing here is the extract, but I think they've done all the extracts anyway. So I don't think that's actually an issue. They are getting through this, I must admit. Now, the slight problem here is I want them to come around here. Because obviously I want this edge to have... I don't need that anymore. I can do that and then do this. I suppose I don't really know. I can turn it this way. And then that'll be all in. It needs to be like a full... Well, it doesn't really need to be, but it is now. I need all this in, and then I can open up this section here. I need to keep an eye on everything. How are we doing with trees? Trees are now fully started to come through. So as this started to come through, I've still got a lot, so I don't really need to enable. But what I'm going to do is, where are you? Yeah, I'm going to turn you off, and I'm going to set the plant trees to clear. Because you don't really need to do any more of this. And this section here. I don't have any more storage for it either, so... and that one. That means that one... I could probably do this one as well. To the same. Turn that off. That gives obviously a beaver back. Plant trees, clear, and stop that there. Don't need this one as well planted. Because this could go for crops, could go for also. Well, it's probably won't even go for crops actually. When we get this second layer in, it should be fine and dandy. I've still got 3,900s. It's not as if I'm. It's not as if I'm worrying about. I'd like this done as well. What have I got? Again, I've got no planks. I've run out of planks again. So this is obtained by them. They got to obtain the bad water from there. This can go. We don't need this anymore. That can be picked up. 12 logs. They're gonna, obviously, what they're gonna do is go to there and start filling this one up from here. That way, it's gonna be a bit easier. Obviously, I've got absolute tons of dirt here. The whole dirt is with this section here. When we, that's another thing. See, that's why I'm not filling these in here. The reason why is because I'll be blowing it down anyway, so what's the point of filling it in? It's going to be a bit of a pain, but we know the drill. We know the drill very well. I can increase the depth of that. Although I don't probably need to do that, because that's the one I'll be taking down, wouldn't it? Thinking about it. It's going to be this section here. Like so. Yeah, because that doesn't... it doesn't... This here can be blown away. This can be blown away. There's only 3 of them. That's the disadvantage. I would assume the physics doesn't work in the sense of how that's working. It's, you know, it goes faster and it goes slower. I just don't understand why it goes faster and then it goes slower. I've still not worked that one out. It should be a constant, I would have thought. But apparently, it's not. Yeah, see, that's coming through there at a constant, but once it hits this, it slows down. It might be to do that. The trouble is this is why I want to take these out. This is probably, and then I'll blow this, take this down, and it may actually work slightly better. I don't know. I'm trying to increase the flow for obvious reasons. But one can only do so much at a time. with the resources as one has. How are we doing? Have we got this done now? We have not got it all done. It's getting there. I want that section. I want this all to be done for. I've missed one out here. I can see it, so that needs to be done. I'll put that on a high. We should be relatively done in this play. I can't see why that wouldn't be ready at all. But you never know. $120. I've got quite a lot of flipping hell. Oof. I've just noticed there's an enormous amount of incapacitated beavers. Medical beds. Do that. I've never built any of that yet, so that's the. No, that's the stupid list, because that can't even get to it. That's better. Right. I've got medical, but I just don't have enough to actually be able to get them all working. So we'll have to put them in, and they'll do whatever they need to do. It would be nice to think about getting one of these. I'll just put it there. Because then I could get... See, the thing is as you can see, I've got so much wheat and so much flour, but I've got no space to actually be able to get the bread done. So it's only working on small amounts of things and stuff. Right, what we need to do is... I need to come up here. And be able to... do I... No, because I'll have to do both. Which isn't really that hard, I suppose. I'll just fill this in. Some of it's going to go anyway, I suppose. That way I'm not destroying that lane. Now I've put this flat, what I can do is, if I take this as the center, I can come out by 3, out by 3, out by 3. Now that'll do that. Yeah, that's only allowing 1. It's only allowing 1 because of this. Then we're gonna need a... I'd like to get it in the same place. I can't there, so that'll do. It doesn't really matter where it is as long as it's there. And I'll start to think about the situation of steps here, ladder, sorry, going into there. Now, I'm not too sure how many of these I'm gonna run. I'm gonna have to run at least one of these, if not 2. But we'll get to that stage when we're ready. This is all being filled in, so really I can start to increase this now. I can also most of this won't be able to get to, but I'll keep adding to it. How are we doing? We're doing fine. Most of the trees here are gone. Most of them trees are gone. All this section is going to be about to be enabled. Now, we are getting really close to this getting done in this play. Yeah, see, this section's now been done. I've got all of that being done. There's only just this now to in the next. I'll do that, and then I'll do that. It just allows them to come backwards and not have to do something weird. Anyway, right. I have got logs there, but I'm not gonna do anything with that. That's about to come online, which I'm gonna get bread, which will increase obviously the bread situation. I have not got a lot of potatoes, which is another bone of contention I've got to deal with. I've got 3,000, but I can't increase the beavers. I can't do that until I get the food situation sorted. I can't get the food situation sorted until I've got more room. So it's always this catch-22 that you're fighting against. Incapacitated 19. That's waiting to get built. So we are building lax materials. Not building lax materials. I never subscribed materials. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you're not done yet, are you? We are. Oh, it's a bad tide approaching, so that's fine. Now they've got somewhere to walk, and they'll start to do this one. I mean, I can't get them to turn around and come down here. Because that's where it'll be anyway, and I can get them to come at the back here and do this one. That's not a problem. Ah, here we go. That's given me another 1,200. So we are going to start increasing the bread, as we can see here. Now, I've still got 600, still using up an enormous amount of grilled potatoes. They do like the grilled potatoes. They do. They do. It'd be nice to get this started as well. Obviously, that needs planks. I can't open up this until I get this done. Which this here will then connect to this, and then I'll be able to take this down. But I don't want to do it until it's all ready. This is all getting cleared, which is good. I mean, the option is to I'll add this in. Otherwise, we're not going to get any other form of food in this situation at all. And we got the carrots in. It is going up down like a yo-yo, so it's going to take off. As I said, the growth spaddock's going to be a decent one. This is the problem as well. I need to increase their well-being, so I need some of the other things. We haven't got any lanterns or very little. We haven't got any shrubs. But I'm going to have to redesign everything to be able to, do that sort of thing. let's see how we're doing. We should be almost there now. Yeah, there's only a handful left. And then we're in rock and roll territory. That, I think, is paused. But until... obviously, I've got already this done now. And that's sent... It's still at 3,000 though. We're still sort of not producing... Producing the food that really matters. Again, I'm going to do this. And get a ladder. Because that'll be able to do that. They're obviously putting this in. This is, I say, it's a slow process, but it's a process that needs to be done. Because what I'm going to do is move these sluices right to the top. If I can move it further, the further I move them, the faster the water should theoretically travel. I still think once I get rid of this, once I get this here, I'm going to put the spaddock up the top. And have an aquatic farm, which I might have it here. So it allows it to go down and it can instantly go down this ladder. I'll put a thing in it. Obviously, I've got to close up this though, which is okay, which I haven't obviously done yet. In fact, what I'll do is I'll do that anyway. Now that can't get the required. I don't think we can actually walk around that though. To there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up full. It should stop the water to a certain degree, and it has. Oh, now I can... which now I think... extraction. There you go. I was right. So I knew I'd done it wrong. Yeah, that's where that's supposed to be. That can get built as and when. We need... I've got the metal. I've only got 76. But they'll all go and get... They'll all get shoved in there. And get built as and when. The only slight problem is... Well, I suppose it's not really a problem. Is... I'll clean this up. And that there. Even though I just took out that I didn't want to take out. Oh, I don't think we can still that there. I'll make... that to go to there. That now should power that one. So we're powering 4. Or we will be powering 4. I need so much dirt. I'm going to need at least 8,000, if not more. So I want to, get it in there, as otherwise it's going to be a right pain. It's going to be it's going to be a real issue to get everything done. How many have I got left now? Oh, I've only got 10. I've got 10 incapacitated, so that's not too bad. I've gone down by quite a few. The trouble is I cannot get the planks, can I? I need some windmills, really. Oh, that one's been built as well. That was by accident. I wasn't actually going to build that one. But I'll do another bread, because that's always a good idea. I'd really like to have a zip line coming out here. No, that's... yeah, well, that would work. Yeah. Like that. I think I can... I don't know how many I want to come out, actually. But let's just preempt that in. I don't like it rotate. I don't want it on the walkway. It's just to be separate to the walkway. Probably don't need this then. And I'll pause that. That can get built. The reason why is then they can get from here. The only disadvantage is there's no way for me to get from this one or any of the other ones from there. But I assume that if I do maybe one there. Well, I'm doing that just slightly higher. I think it will reach this. Yep, it reaches that. Now, obviously, I can't tie it into this because there's too many connections. But what I can do is preempt something like that. I can't do it that way because I can't get in, so I have to do it this way. But I think... yeah, see, that would work. It's so they can zip down here, go into here, zip around, go into there, and get the food. The only disadvantages, there's no way... there's absolutely no way of here to get on there where they'll have to walk back into there. So that's another one that I need to look at. That's done. Let's put a, like I said, a sluice in here this way, and then let's we'll build it, but we'll turn it off because we don't want it to be used yet. It means this this area might be getting blown up and then come through. That's why another way why I don't want that to be done. I'm doing okay. It's doing. I'm going to pause that. I didn't want that to be. I didn't really want that to be done. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. So food has increased by 1,000. What's this here? This is wheat and this is wheat. This is for these. So that's not bad. Right. I've got absolute tons of logs. I need to, might as well just turn these on. And let them do... oh, I don't think, though... I need to make sure before I do that. So it wouldn't be... it would be the normal thing that I absolutely forget to... yeah, I didn't mark these trees for cutting, did I? Which is normal. So they'll start gnawing that up like there's no tomorrow. And that's now enabled. So logs should never be a problem again. That means power shouldn't be. Well, I'm saying power shouldn't be. There's no way that I can get any wheels or anything in here to be able to power the, power up the bad water to connect it into the system here. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. I've got all this in, as we can see here. That's another stuff that I'm going to need to sort out eventually. Have we got everything? Yeah, all this now, apart from obviously this sluice, is interconnected. Now, the only problem being is... I suppose it's not a problem. It will do that, and then I just have to move it to that. They have to be able to get to this to actually be able to build it. And I can't get them to get to it. Now, while I'm doing whatever I'm doing here, because I'm waiting obviously for the bad water, can I? I think I can. Well, that's satisfying, isn't it? Delete this. Delete that. Obviously, I can't delete anything that's connected to this here. Well, I don't know. I might not even need that. A ladder is a ladder. That means it's a ladder. Everything looks okay for now. Let's just pause that. I'm not going to be able to get away, but I haven't decided how the hell I want this thing. Well, no, that's not going to work. Rotate that. I don't want to take up too much space, but I want certain things to be done here. Now, there's a couple of options. I can put this here, or let's just pause that and have two right. I don't think I need to. Then have the grill inside here. I can only get 2 grills, or I leave that there, and I get 2 grills, and I can change that to a grill, or get that to build. As and when I want to. Which would be that. I'll pause these two. So there is that. Then I can say, right then, plant the crop, plant the crop, plant the crops. Potatoes. Which just so happens to be on... It's really weird because now it's on the bottom of there. Which obviously, last time... I think they can get to this. I might as well plant that there. We didn't have. So now this section here is completely and utterly open. I need to solve this section here. I could just like blast it down and open it up and then refix it if I really want. Because I'm going to go to this line. My idea is to encase this, because I might as well, and have the entire section that, and I'll obviously have to increase that section to be able to do it. That's getting really full. But I suppose it is because of the... I don't need... The decent thing is because these don't need power, they just need wheat flour, I'm going to produce an enormous amount of bread anyway. Because of the way that I've set it up. I mean, I could have done wheat flour in there, but I just think potatoes is going to be a better one. Obviously, I've got room for one more section if I so wish to, but I think it's going to hit this. Which obviously I didn't decide to do. I decided not to go a little further. I may do. which means I'm going to have to build upwards and get rid of this, but I have to get rid of it eventually anyway. How are we doing with that? That's planks. I'd rather get this built and add this and get it built. I think they could walk up there and do it anyway. So we are running out of everything here. Unemployed. So all the incapacitated are all gone. So I've got more. I've actually got more beavers now than I actually need in that respect. So that's good. This is almost there. It just needs to be treated. Most planks are all in. Everything's it's going. We are getting there. It's definitely happening. The trouble is I'm going to have to encase this as well. I'm not even sure whether I need one of these, but I'm going to put them in anyway. I'm going to have to encase this because obviously it'll just flood, which we don't want that to happen. Maybe eventually I'll put it on the outside. And then they'll go down from, let's say, this section here. And be able to get to everything. I don't know yet. It's looking okay, though. How did they manage to get that done? I'm quite oh, yes, they would get that done, wouldn't they? Because it's one of these that'll do it. Yes. Yes. That's logs. Well, if that's just logs, I can get this to work. This is logs. I can get this to work. This is logs. I can get this to work. I'm going to keep this one not working. And let that do... Yeah, let that do that. Now, that's now solved that problem. But we will be encasing all of this eventually. Maybe in the next... Oh, what have I done? Oh, it's flooded. Oh, it's blooming gets flooded. It's... Oh. Get down. Get down. That's better. I said, where's it getting flooded, you stupid thing? Got back there. Anyway. Never mind. Never mind. Shh. Don't say anything. Shh. That means that is going to be grow potatoes. We are sort of okay. I'm happy that this now is going. But like I said, I need to get this all going before I can get all this going. That is not going. That means it needs to get the metal. There's no metal left. That's the problem. Well, there's metal in the scrap metal, but there's no metal being produced. So I can't do with anything with that. These contamination barriers, I think, will give me something back. Yeah, if you're going to give me planks, I might as well actually have them then. Planks is good. Because that will go for... Well, that needs just treating now, so it's making treated from the planks. So that's why it's taking an enormous amount of planks out of our system. Eventually, I want to enable these. That's another thing that I've got to do. Right, now we can delete that. And now we can add this one to here, which should work now. This can then be deleted because we don't need this anymore, which will allow us to pick that up. I want to empty the water here. I want to empty the water here because that's going to be no good. I'm going to get rid of that and that. I'm also going to rotate that. I'm encasing this in things and stuff. I think I'm going to put an extra one here. I'm contemplating having them. Let's just have a look. Fluid dump, let's say here. And then a fluid... Oh, I might not need that then. Fluid dump, let's say... to the right of that. Pause that one as well. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Because that way, these can be tied into each other. I don't need this, I don't think, now. I'm going to get rid of that. The walkway needs to be able to be walking around here. So that's why I did another one section. There's always had to be method in my madness somewhere along the line. Probably didn't, like I said, need this one, but I'll leave it in nonetheless. That can go, that can go. How are we doing on our time? I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of this. Then I'm going to put a around here. So that's encased in the thing now, so that won't do anything. That would have to be exploded. This would have to be exploded. No, beavers are still going okay. That one is taking care of that. How's my sluice? It's in. That's good. Now this... Ooh, that cannot walk around there. That's a bit of a problem. So I'll need to get that one in. Because I want to walk around here to get to this here. What I'll have to do is build this up. And I'm waiting for a drought, but we're not going to get one, I don't think, in this play. Until this is done, I don't think anything else is amiss. I don't think. I get rid of that. That's not going to affect. Well, apart from that. But I'll get rid of all of this now. That's just been built. I'll go for that. And I can get rid of this. And I can get rid of this. And I can blow this one up. So that should be fine. And get rid of all of that. And get rid of this pathing system. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. All this. I'll now enable this to be done. And then I'll enable this to be done. And I'll get it working for obvious reasons. That's going to go. Obviously, we do have water in there, which is good. I don't need that. I don't need that. I need the ladder. Now, here's where the interesting bit comes in. I can... No, I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to have it here. If I was to put one there and then do this... the reason why is... No, that would be food. I was getting it wrong. I get that in there. And then we'll get one of these going. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put 2 ramps here. And they'll be able to get down and start. Obviously, this is going to take a lot of water. That's why I've got 2 of them. There's a lot of water that's going to need to be pumped into here to keep this going. But it'll get there. They'll definitely get there. Now, there is an option. Well, I think there's an option, but I don't think it will work. I don't think I'm allowed to get... Oh, no, I didn't think I'd be able to do that. So, if that's the case... it's bonkers, but you can see the idea with it. If I do that, and I do that... don't like that, because that's now the wrong way around. Continuity and everything. Storage and that. Flip that way. I'll now put the path that I've got in here to be able to use to get down to here. Like so. This is why I wanted this. Now I could get rid of this and some of this, I think. Or maybe not, I don't know. But it's not doing anything. It's not... This building is not connected. Well, it will be in about 2 seconds. Now, until I get enough water in, I can't really do anything. Which means I need the water to come up. You can see where this is going. And this will fill really fast. So I'll get that. Obtain from haulers. They'll start to get this. Now, how many vacancies have I got? I've got some vacancies, really. I've got the... everything seems to be going pretty well. I've got the planks. Right, let's enable that to be done. There's not that much more here. Eventually, I'll ditch this. Now, this is where I think I'll take this out. And we might be able to increase the speed of the water. I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to work. Now, obviously, I could have more dumps here if I wanted to. This is going to be water as well. Set to obtain. The reason why I'm having this here is obviously they can just go into there and fill it. They don't need to keep coming back. I still would like one coming from to be able to get the houses, but the houses aren't going to stay where they are anyway. How are we doing with... we should theoretically have everything that we need to get all this... Yeah, see? I think this can be taken out. I'm going to pause it just in case. And see where that lands us. Until I can get enough water in this system here, which is going to take an enormous amount of time. We're about... Yeah, well, not really enough yet, but I'm going to try and... Because plant the crops. I'll just get Spaddock in here. Obviously, I can't get nothing in that corner. I'm not too sure whether that's going to be enough water to allow them... Oh, it says it is. But I'll keep dumping it in. And obviously, I could put another 2 in here to have water. But that water is definitely going to fill up and be used. A large one on there would be a bit better, but it's not going to be... And then I'm not obviously going to get rid of this now. Once that's done, I can actually sort out this debacle underneath here, which is this here. These two, which is these two, need to be blown up and taken out. I'm quite happy with that. I must admit, it's worked out really well. Food is definitely going to come in. I might as well use this, like I said, I might as well use it for something. I need to use it for something, as otherwise it's going to be, well, not used. How about that? We are now on the end of the episode, so we'll stop it there. But anyway, I hope you you're enjoying this series. I'm absolutely loving it. Just the ideas I'm trying to come out with to try and get rid of this. But obviously, this sped up now. Now this can actually go. This has been the Achilles heel because I've been trying to keep this going, and I think if I get rid of this, I might as well try it and blow that up. It may get this a bit faster. Now, obviously, when we get a drought, this is when I've got to concentrate on getting this, higher as well. So that's what we'll be concentrating on in relatively possibly the next time this drought system kicks itself in. And, lets us do what we need to do. I can obviously increase this and rotate this while I'm just doing that while I've been thinking. But you can see all the plans sorted. And this is definitely, this here is going to get filled in. This rectangle will be filled in, so we'll get a couple of levels. I don't know whether, obviously, I've got, I've got the potatoes in there. But obviously, I've got partly that I can probably do the next level up as well. Now, the only problem is we got a drought in 3 days anyway. But, yeah, so we'll definitely see you in the next play. I hope you enjoy that. Bye for now.